What's up, guys? Thanks for swinging by the channel. Today I want to talk about Spelltable and how you can play paper magic at home with your friends. Spelltable is a website where you can play remote magic at home with your friends, whether you have a cell phone, a webcam, a microphone, or whatever. We're going to hop over to the website and we're going to take a look around. I'm going to show you a couple of the things that I wish I knew the first time that I used Spelltable. When you first get to the Spelltable website, this is the login, like the landing zone, I guess. This is what a typical Spelltable game looks like. It's beautiful. I love it. Here on the left, you have a dock where you have a bunch of different tools that you can utilize. You have your screens. This is a commander game that we're looking at. You can also run standard and 60 card formats. So we're going to run through commander just because that's the most popular format, I feel like. So it's probably going to appeal to the most amount of people. And then here on the right, this is the cards that you can scan. Super cool feature. You have integrated audio and video, so you can connect live with other Magic players around the world. You can use your webcam or your phone positioned above your playfield. Using your phone is crazy game changer because you don't have to have a fancy webcam. You can just use your phone. You have a webcam in your pocket all day long. Utilize it. You have built-in card identification, which is by far the coolest feature. You can just click a card, scan it, it goes into the card bank, and you can look at it whenever you need to. There's no more grabbing stuff off people's boards. You have life damage and infect tracking, which is super cool because you don't have to deal with dice or you have to pull up Carbon or a life total app, nothing like that. There's multiple video layouts, so you can customize it however you feel comfortable playing. And then there's a turn indicator and a turn clock so you can hold your friends accountable. When you end up back at the top, all you got to do is click login. You're going to use your same login as your companion app. Once you're in, this is what it looks like. Top right, you have a little player card. You can upload a profile picture if you'd like to. You have your games at the top. Those are the games that you've created. And then you have the lobby. You don't have to have a set pod to play Spelltable. You can solo queue, or you can queue up and invite your buddy, and then other people will trickle in. It's sick. Over here in the top left of the lobby, there's the format. Select the format. You see like the drop down. The drop down doesn't come up in the video for some reason, but there's Commander, Standard, Sealed, Modern, Vintage, Legacy. There's Two-Headed Giant. There's everything from the drop down. Once you do that, it will filter your search results and you can just pick whatever you want. You would go in, you would hit join, and then you would join their game if there's room. For the sake of this video, we are going to show you how to create your own game so you can invite your friends to come play before you start jumping in with other people. We're going to create a game. I'm going to go to name. Everything's going to have a name. So I'm going to do Parko's World. Format's going to be Commander. For the sake of this video, we're not going to make the game public just because we don't want somebody trickling in while I'm talking to myself. Also in the description, that is optional. That's for if you want to add the Discord link so you can use Discord audio as opposed to the Spelltable audio. And then just kind of what you're vibing. Like my power level is a 5 to 7. I have this precon I want to try out before I upgrade it. Stuff like that. Go ahead, click create, and then this is the next screen that you are going to see. This is setup, so it's not really the lobby of the game, but this is you preparing to join the game. You have these options. You can go in muted, you can go in no video. You come over here, and this is where your inputs are going to be. So if you are going to use your mobile device as a webcam, we're going to do that option first. We're going to select this, and then we're going to hit close. It says using mobile camera, join the game for further instructions. So you'll click join now. Once you go in, you'll see this QR code. You use your mobile device to scan that QR code. It will take you through steps that are not very difficult, that require no explanation. And then it will live stream your video from your phone to your grid in the pod. The difficult part is finding something to mount your phone so you can have it face down on your playmat. My playmat is down here. You want your phone to be up here so you can see your entire playfield. If you are not using your cell phone and you have more advanced equipment, you can use a webcam, a microphone, whatever you want. You just need to make sure that you have a boom for your webcam, yada yada, so forth, so forth. So you'll select that here. Use custom aspect ratio. You can only do this in this lobby. You cannot do this after you leave and go into the game. You cannot change it. If you have to change it or you forget to, you have to come back to this screen, change it, and then go back into the game. Use custom aspect ratio. If you don't do this, your video is going to be a square. So you're not going to get the left and the right side of your play field. You're just going to get a square. So you want to click 16:9 widescreen. That is typically the best. Mic source, I'm going to use my Yeti microphone. And then speaker source, I'm just running it through my MacBook Pro speakers. I'm going to hit close. And then there's my playmat. So it gives me a little preview. It's upside down. That's a problem, but there's a solution on the other side. So we're going to hit join now. We have joined the game. First things first, we want to not be upside down. So we're going to click these three dots in the top right corner, and then we're going to hit flip video. This also, since we're already here, is where you can set yourself as the monarch. You get a little crown, or you can select yourself as eliminated and your name gets crossed out. It'll also skip you in turn rotation when you're cycling through. Next thing we want to do for our setup is we want to put our commander in if we're playing a commander game. So you're going to come up here, you're going to click to add commander. I'm going to put my commander in. I'm an evil person, so I'm going to put Nekusar the Mind Razor. That's going to pop up in my damage totals. I can deal commander damage to myself if I'd like to. That caps at 21, and then infect will go up to 10. By far the coolest feature is the ability to see the cards. So if you scroll over Nekusar, there's the Nekusar card. If you have an alt art, like I have an Olivia Crimson Bride deck, and I have the Sisters of the Undead secret layer. So I put in Sisters of the Undead. Sisters of the Undead comes up, but it still reads Olivia Crimson Bride. So you can still see my super cool fancy art that I'm really proud of. On the left hand side here, this is where all of your tools are going to be. These are the things that you're probably going to use the most in between games. During games, it's going to be the card scanning, which we'll get to. This is how you mute your mic, so you'll be muted. This is how you turn your video off if you need some privacy. No cheating though. And then this is your layouts. So this cluster is going to be your layouts. You can go to focus layout. If I were to hit the space bar, I have a gold border around me. If there was another player and I hit it again, the gold border would go to them. It signifies that it's their turn. This is the, what's it exactly called? Toggle 4-corner layout. This is the one that I like to use the most. This is the one that is also most stream friendly if you're streaming your Spelltable games. And then you have the toggle to picture-in-picture layout. This just makes it really big on one person's screen, and then you have to select what player you want to see on your screen. We're going to go back to this one for the rest of the video. This is where you invite players. So you will select it. You can copy to your clipboard, and then you can send it off in Discord. You can shoot over in a text message, however you get your information through, and then they can join the game that way. Underneath invite players is your system settings. So you're going to go to configure inputs if you have to make any changes to what you're using. You have your preferences. This is switched focus video on turn change. That just means if you hit the space bar and you're in the focused video layout, it will automatically change the camera based on whose turn it is. And then we have leave game, which is very important. You don't want to exit out of your browser to leave a game, especially if you're in somebody else's lobby. It won't let them fill the slot. So they'll have to restart their entire game. So if you ever leave a Spelltable game and they're still going, always hit the leave game button. Reset game is how you reset a game if you are the party leader. If you've created the room, you can reset the entire game. That'll do life totals, monarch, and elimination status. Commander will just get rid of everybody's commanders. They'll have to put their next commanders in. And then game log is something that we'll touch on in a second. You can change the game to public, like how we are not public right now. If I wanted to get into a game, I could change it to public and people would randomly queue in. You can turn on phases, so you can know what phase the player is in, if they're in main 1 or if they're in combat or if they're in main 2. You can manage players. This is where you would kick somebody if they were like frozen or laggy or being naughty. And then you can randomize the player order. This is the easiest way to select who goes first. You guys don't have to roll high or anything like that. You can just randomize the player order a couple times, and then where it lands, it lands. Close game, ends the game, deletes the room, everybody goes home. Here, you can flip coins and roll die. It's very cool. We will flip a coin. I flip the heads. It doesn't show up on everybody's screen. It only shows up on mine, but it comes up in everybody's game log over here. So that's how you make sure nobody's cheating. Rolling the die is the same thing. Let's roll D8. Completely random, roll to 7. Pretty cool. And then down here is just shortcuts, other information. The coolest feature, I cannot express this enough. Literally, like, yeah, okay, we're gonna scroll over the Nekusar. The coolest thing is, what happens if I click this card that's on my playmat? It scans it. It pulls up over here, and I can read it crystal clear whenever I want. I can do that with whatever. What else do I have? I have one of these over here. Let's scan this bad boy. Literally a terrible example. Actually great for the video. Sometimes it won't scan right? So this is a Sphinx of Forgotten Lore. It came in as an Erdwall Eliminator. So if that happens, what you can do is you can come up to the search bar and you can type in Sphinx. And then you can scroll down and you can select it and it'll pop up. So if you have any like legibility issues where you can't read somebody's card and the software isn't working, you can just type it in, ask them, be like, yo, what's the name of that card you just played? Type it in and then forget about it. You don't got to deal with it anymore. Those are all of the essential things for Spelltable. It's so simple and it's really easy. And I know Magic Arena and Magic Online are great. They're great solutions for playing at home, especially by yourself. The matchmaking is great and everything like that, but like this exists, and if you want to play paper, this is the best way to do it. So if you have any more questions or anything like that, I'm free to answer them. I've been using it for about a year now. If you guys want to see me make a video on how I set up the scenes for my streams in OBS, go ahead, drop a comment below. I'd be more than happy to do that. Just reach out. And thanks for watching. I hope you guys utilize the Spelltable software and have as much fun as I do.